So let us start with the topic guys today. Today we are going to take the poem Fire and Ice. Fire and ice. So what the poet is going to describe in this poem? The poet again he is using fire and ice as a symbolic poem. Okay, so he is using fire and ice as symbolic of different, you can say, emotions. So what does fire represents? Can anybody tell me what does fire represent? Fire. So fire, which means fierceness in behavior, hot behavior, short tempered. It means ultimately hated. Okay, fire represents hatred. And ice means by nature, ice means low temperature, coldness. Okay, so ultimately, what it is symbolic of? It is symbolic of, you can say, ice is symbolic of coldness in behavior. Okay, or fire, you can also take it as that it is fierceness in desire. Fire is desire, or ice you can take callousness, callous behavior, hatred. That various human beings that they have for other human beings. So it is just because of these two kind of emotions, the world will ultimately come to an end. The poem is written by Robert Frost. And as you know that Robert Frost poems, although they take very simple themes, but they are very deep in meaning. So see how the poet has taken the simple two things, that is fire and ice. Okay, fire means fire, it means fierceness in your desire. Okay, so see here that it is, you can say, it is once, you can say, strong desire, and in this strong desire the person will ultimately try to get everything in this world. He will try to be greedy, it will lead to lust, and it will lead to greed, and ultimately because of it there will be conflict, fury. Okay, differentiation in, you can say, differentiation in thoughts, because of which there must be avarice. Okay, so fire, we cannot say that it is representing only desire. Fire is representing many other things. Okay, for example, as you can say, conflict, greed, avarice. So all these things, they can also lead to end of the world. They will lead to end of the world. They will bring an end to the world. How they can bring an end to the world? They will bring an end to the world because these strong emotions, which ultimately lead to achievement, the person in a quest for achievement, he can go to any extent or he can go to any level, down level, in order to fulfill its purpose. So ultimately the root cause of every, you can say, every this kind of emotion is desire. Okay, the person, when he is so desirous in nature, he forgets what is right, what is wrong, and he can go to any extent for the fulfillment of its purpose. And because of the fulfillment of that purpose, it will lead to lust of fulfillment. Lust of things means lust towards materialistic things. Then it will lead to greed, avarice, hatred also. And there will be conflict of thoughts, conflict of emotions. And what will happen? And ultimately, the person will lead to bring, and this kind of behavior of human beings will bring an end to our life. Similarly, he has now taken the opposite, you can say, opposite force, that is ice, which means coldness. Ice means coldness, coldness in behavior. That is coldness in behavior. Okay, it means indifferent towards human feelings, indifferent towards feeling of others. Okay, carelessness. Okay, intolerance. not paying attention towards the feelings of others. This will also lead to, you can say, this will also lead to end of the word. Sometimes the person becomes so rigid that it leads to rigidity, that no, what I'm saying is absolutely right. Okay, and this will bring also the end of the word. So the poet in this poem, why he has taken these two entities that can bring, that can cause an end to the world, because the poet has observed this entire world, and after observing he has come to the conclusion that there are two main forces which can bring an end to the world. The poet must have thought first of all fire, that it is desire, strong desire, or it is lust or greed, avarice or conflict, that can bring an end to the world. Okay, 10C students, I think you must join Indrajit ma'am's class. Okay, so earlier it was an arrangement, but now it's not. Okay, so you can join there. Then I was talking about the poet has observed. He must have observed these. He must have observed that hatred, that the prevalent hatred among people. Okay, hatred, hatred that is prevalent among people. It will bring an end to the life on earth. He must have come to know that lust, greed, avarice, conflict of emotion, it will bring an end to the world. But when has poet has thought of callousness in behavior, he thought of, you can say, rigidity, he thought of intolerance, which all this is symbolized by ice, means coldness. Actual ice is low temperature. But this is also equivalent as fatal and as destructive as that of fire. We cannot say that it is only desire that will bring to an end of this world, but carelessness in behavior is equivalent, you can say, is an equal culprit in bringing the end of this world. So the poet has explained that these two forces are equivalent, you can say equivalent, effective in their nature in order to bring an end to the world. Okay, so first of all, as I told you, that the poem is symbolic in nature. How it is symbolic in nature? Because these two forces, these two entities, that is fire and ice, they are bringing an end to this world. Because they are bringing an end to this world, so ultimately what is there, because it is bringing an end to this world, so the poet has thought that these both are equally destructive in nature. So you know, one student has raised up hand. Yes, Karthik.
मैम जब टेस्ट रहेगा तो हम बाद में दे सकते हैं क्योंकि मैम तब ट्यूशन का टाइम होता है.
I will talk about this test afterwards. Okay, right now I'm discussing poem. We will come to this point at the end. Okay, while I'm teaching, concentrate upon the concerned topic. 10C students who have joined here, let me tell you that there is an English class with Indrajit ma'am. You have to join there. So leave this class because only 2 to 3 students are there. It is just because of this reason. It might be that you must not have seen the message. Okay. So please join Indrajit ma'am's class, your own class. This is only of 10th B today. So I was talking about that the poet has used symbolism. Okay, the poet has used symbolism in which he is explaining about fire and ice that will bring an end to this world. Okay, so the poem is of course a symbolic poem that will bring an end to this world. So as I told you that the poem is symbolic in nature, the poet is symbolizing that these two forces, actually fire and ice itself, it is symbolism of fire is symbolism desire, strong desire, and ice is symbolism of you can say coldness in behavior. Okay, and all these things, both these things, they will bring an end to this world. So the poet wants to show us the kind of, you can say, kind of destruction that can be produced because of fire and ice. You must have witnessed in history that how many wars are being fought. And ultimately, what was the result of all these wars? There is just single result of all these wars, one and only, that is death and destruction. And in every war, if it is going to be held, it turns out to be so quite fatal that sometimes it is on the verge of the world to be collapsed. The world can come to an end. But nobody has ever thought that, of course, this kind of hatred or this kind of desire to conquer the boundaries of other territories. But apart from it, coldness in behavior, indifferent nature towards the emotions of other human beings, carelessness in behavior, intolerance as well as rigidity. They are also as fatal as that of lust, as that of greed. They can also bring an end to this world. So ultimately, the poet is explaining the extent of destruction that can be produced because of fire and ice. So as I told you that both can bring an end to world, it means that human-like quality, it is attributed to fire and ice, which is a non-living thing. So which literary device is used here in the name only? So which literary device is used here in the name? It is personification used here. Okay, so the poet is presenting personification here. So Robert Frost, the poet, he has presented a profound idea. Profound means very deep idea, that the world would come to an end either with fire or with ice. It means that either the world will come to an end because of strong desire of human beings, which will lead to destruction of this earth also, and carelessness in behavior, coldness in behavior, it will also bring an end to this world. It means that these two ways, ice and fire, both are self-destructing. They can bring an end to this world. He has also underpinned the idea, means he has brought it clearly. Okay, as he has brought this idea philosophically, he has presented a philosophy of life. Okay, that our emotions, that if our emotions ride us, if our emotions, they will overcome us. Okay, then if we won't be able to control our emotions, then ultimately what it will lead to, it will definitely lead to destruction. And ultimately uncontrolled emotions, they always produce chaos, they always produce insecurity, they always produce unfulfillment of satisfaction, lack of contentment. So one should be a poised personality. Poised means balanced. Okay, one should be a poised. Poised means balanced personality. Okay, so that not any kind of this emotion will bring an end to this world. So ultimately, the poet, he is bringing out the idea that excess of everything is bad. Excess of fierceness, excess of desire, it will also bring an end to this world. Moreover, if there is too much coldness in behavior, intolerance towards other human beings, inadaptability towards the emotions of other human beings, this will also bring an end to this world. So the poet is again presenting the idea that how this world can come to an end. It will either come out, or it will either come to an end with that of lust, desire, greed, or ice is symbolic of hatred. So what does what does fire is symbolic of? It is symbolic of desire. Fire is symbolic of desire. And what is ice symbolic of? Ice is symbolic of hatred. It will also bring an end to this world. Okay. Now let us revise this poem. Let us see the line-wise explanation of this poem. First is, some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice, means different people, they are presenting different views. what views they are presenting. Some are saying that the world will end in fire. The world will come to an end because of fire. Fire means strong desire, lust, greed, conflict, fury, okay, avarice. All these kind of emotions which are strong in nature, they will bring an end to fire. Yes, of course, we also do agree with it that they will come to an end because of all the world will come to an end because of this fierceness in behavior, because these strong emotions will ultimately lead to, you can say, ending of the world. Some say in ice, but some people also say that ice can also bring an end to this world. How ice will bring an end to this world? As ice is coldness in behavior, it is intolerance, it is rigidity, it is indifference towards the emotions of others. So ice will also, some people say it is not fire that will bring an end to this world, but it is fire, it is ice which will cause the destruction or the end of this world. Now see, in the first line, some say is used, and the second line is again using with, is again, it is starting with some say. See, some say, then second line is again starting with some say. So again, the two lines, they are starting with the same words. So when the same words, phrases, group of words, they are used to start any line, then which literary device it is? It is anaphora. This is which literary device used? This is called as anaphora. Okay. So anaphora is used by the poets. This is poetic device. Now, from what I have tasted of destiny, I hold with those who favor fire. What I have tasted of desire, from what I have tasted of desire. Now the poet is saying from what I have observed from fire. Yes, of course, that fire, which means desire. Okay, it will of course bring an end to this world because fire is fierceness in behavior. It leads to conflict, it leads to lust, it leads to greed, it leads to avarice, it leads to fury. So these emotions definitely will bring an end to this world. I do not deny this fact. From what I have tasted of desire, from what I have come to know of desire, yes, of course, the desire will definitely bring an end to this world. There is not even a second, there is not even stands a single doubt about it. That fire, that means strong desire, will bring an end to this world. But I hold with those who favor fire. So now I hold with those who favor fire, but I also stand with those who say that the world will come to an end because of fire. Okay, it means if there will be unmonitored longings means uncontrolled emotions, uncontrolled behavior, unchecked emotions, which will not be analyzed on the balance of what is right and what is wrong, then what it will ultimately lead to? It will ultimately lead to destruction of this world. The poet is saying, I strongly stand with these kind of people who say that the world will come to an end because of fire. Of course, the world will come to an end because of this fire, and because what I have tasted of desire means I have come to know, I have observed it. Even I have, you can say, I have analyzed it very well that the world will definitely come to an end because of fire. And fire will definitely bring an end to this world. If there will be unmonitored longings, unmonitored check upon our desires, and we will not weigh and watch which desire is, you can say, which desire is actually right to be fulfilled and which is not. This will definitely bring an end to this world. So now in the last line, see, I hold with those who favor fire. Now, In this line, see, there is use of, or there is predominance of the sound O. Sound O, I hold with those who favor fire. Who favors. So in all these words, there is predominance of this sound O, which is a what? So it is of course assonance used here. What it is used here? Assonance is used here. Okay, I again repeat, assonance. This is literary device, poetic device. Okay, when a vowel sound is repeated again and again, it is called as assonance. But when a consonant sound is repeated again and again, then it will be called as consonance. Okay, it will be called as consonance. So if we see the rhyming scheme of this paragraph, see here, fire is A, ice B, fire and desire next. They are rhyming, again A and again fire, again A. It means A, B, A, A. A, B, A is the rhyming scheme of this stanza. Coming up to the next one, but if it had to perish twice, means if the world would end twice, it means that if there will be a chance, there will be any kind of situation in which the world has ended and again it is given a chance to end. I think I know enough of hate. Poet is saying, I think the hatred will not be less destructive. It will be equivalent in causing destruction of this world as that of fire. Although ice is slow and steady, because ice means low temperature, means coldness in behavior. Though it is slow and steady, but it has the same effect like that of desire. Okay, if anybody is given an option that how the world will come to an end, of course it is just as you can say it is just at par with that of fire in order to give an end to this. And I think I know enough of hate that I think that hatred will also bring an end to this world. And of course, coldness in behavior, hatred will no longer be left behind in order to bring an end to this world. It will also bring an end to this world. To say that for destruction ice is also great. Again, the same thing, that although this although this ice, it is not as you can say fires, it is slow and steady, but it is equally, you can say it is equally embodying the quality of destruction. It will definitely bring an end to this world like that of fire. It means coldness in behavior, indifference towards human beings, towards each other, will definitely bring an end to this world. It is also great and would suffice. And would suffice means ice is also equivalent in its destructing power. It will also bring an end to this world and it will also fulfill the purpose. Suffice means it is also sufficient. It will also suffice and it is also sufficient to bring an end to this world. Okay. So when we are reading these lines, to say that for destruction ice is also great. It means that ice, when we are talking about ice, destruction of ice, so in front of our eyes, an image is going to be created in which we are just looking the trees covered with snow, covered with ice, and there is nothing to be seen anywhere, only coldness. So an image is created in our eyes. So this is an example of imagery. So what is this? This is an example of imagery used here. This is an example of imagery used here. Okay? So coming up to the rhyme scheme of this stanza, second paragraph, second stanza, the first line, last word is twice B. Hate. C. Ice and twice rhyming. That's why again B. Great and hate. Hate rhyming. C. And suffice. Twice I suffice. Again B. Okay. So what it means? It means that the rhyming scheme for this paragraph is B, C, B, C, B. Okay. So ultimately the poet, he has brought down an idea that both fire and ice, it means hatred and strong desire, they both are the components which are destructive in nature, will cause destruction of this earth. Human, you can say unmonitored, unchecked, uncontrolled human emotions, desires will definitely bring an end to this world, and along with that, hatred will also bring an end to this world. Okay. So with this, I hope that the poem is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me your doubts.